There are prisons, and then there are nightmares built of stone and steel. Some inmates never leave, not because of their sentence, but because something won't let them go. What if I told you that I spent one night in the most terrifying prison on earth and barely made it out? People think of prison as a place for the guilty, a cold, hard consequence of crime. But what if I told you that some prisons hold something far worse than criminals? Places so soaked in suffering, death, and horror that even the guards refuse to walk the halls alone. I learned this the hard way when I found myself inside Black Ridge Penitentiary, a prison so feared that it was shut down decades ago. The walls still echo with the screams of the past, and I swear, some of them weren't human. I wasn't a prisoner. I was part of a paranormal investigation team, documenting the horrors that had taken place inside Black Ridge. But as the night went on, it became clear that something in that prison was watching us. Black Ridge Penitentiary was known for its brutality. Thousands of men had been beaten, tortured, and left to die in its cells. Legends spoke of prisoners disappearing overnight, guards who lost their minds, and an inmate so evil that his very presence drove others to suicide. But those were just stories, right? The moment we stepped inside, the air felt wrong, thick, heavy, and full of whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. The prison had been abandoned for years, yet we heard the unmistakable sound of chains dragging across the concrete. Our cameras started malfunctioning. Batteries drained instantly. Then one of our team members, Jake, let out a scream. He pointed to cell 44, where an unseen force had just scratched deep claw marks across his arm. As we backed away, a loud, deafening slam echoed through the block. The cell door had all just locked shut on their own. We tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was the old metal shifting. Maybe it was just the wind. But deep down, we knew we weren't alone. We pushed forward into death row, where the worst of the worst had spent their final days. The air was stagnant, rotten, like something had been decaying there for years. Then our radio crackled to life, a voice, faint, distant, whispering our names. Then out of the darkness it appeared. A tall, skeletal figure emerged from the void of shadows. Tall, skeletal, its head cocked at an unnatural angle. It wasn't moving. It was staring right at us. Then, in a voice that wasn't human, it whispered, "You don't belong here." The temperature dropped instantly. Our breath turned to mist. We ran, sprinting through the endless corridors, the shadows twisting and moving around us. The doors slammed one by one, as if the prison itself was trying to trap us inside. Then, Jake screamed. We turned around just in time to see something dragging him into a dark cell. His fingernails scraped against the floor as he fought to hold on. But whatever had him was stronger. And then, he was gone. Silence. Just the flickering lights and the sound of my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. I don't know how long we searched for Jake. It felt like hours, but time seemed different in there. Warped, stretched. By the time we found him, he was sitting alone in the warden's office. His face was pale, his eyes hollow. He didn't speak, didn't blink, just sat there, repeating the same words over and over. "It sees me. It sees me. It sees me." We got him out of there, but he was never the same, and neither was I. I still hear the whispers when I close my eyes. I still feel the cold grip of something unseen whenever I walk past a darkened hallway. Some places should be left alone. Some prisons never let you go, and some nightmares are real. If you found this story chilling, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Would you spend a night inside the world's scariest prison? Turn on notifications, because you never know what's lurking in the dark. Until next time, stay safe.